Today we have Ian Mayer from I Am Home Inspections. So happy to have him because Ian was one of the first people I started working with when I was a new agent, and I have been working with him ever since. He's done lots of home inspections for my buyers, and he is definitely one of my trusted professionals. He's so reliable and just wonderful to work with. So thank you, Ian, for being here today. I know you've had your business for almost coming on 8 years now. So can you tell me what separates or what's unique about I Am Home Inspections versus other companies, other inspection companies?
Yeah, we're past 8 years. We're closing in on 9. One thing is we definitely care. Everybody on my team really cares about what they do. We really put the client first. Sorry, agents, but we do put the client first. Over the years, I've spent a lot of time going through our reports and comparing them to reports of other inspection companies, making sure our reports have the information that buyers most care about. And therefore, I think our reports have probably more information than your average inspection report without putting a lot of useless fluff in there. Reviews, I think, speak for themselves. We have more, between Google and Yelp, we have more reviews than any other inspection company based in Los Angeles.
That's amazing.
And we also offer pool inspections, sewer inspections, mold inspections, and you can schedule your termite inspection with one phone call, which is another thing that no other Los Angeles-based home inspection company can say.
Well, that's great. That's awesome. And like I said, from my own experience too, you guys have done a great job in servicing all of our clients. So thank you for putting them first. So really my next question is, it sounds basic, but I think it's important, especially for home buyers to understand, why is a home inspection so essential?
The primary purpose of a home inspection is that you can make an informed decision. Obviously, there's a lot going on in a house, a lot of things you may not see, a lot of things you may not know, such as how old is the air conditioner, is the heater working, what's the status of the electrical system. So the important thing is that you understand everything that is going on in the house so that you can make an informed decision if this is the house for you or not, what you may need to repair, what you may need to live with, what you may, or just, decide not to go with this house. But
Right.
the point is that you make an informed decision and you fully understand what you're getting into when you buy the house.
Right. And it's an important part of the disclosure process, obviously. So I agree. It's, I tell buyers to do it. They always have a right to. And it's really their due diligence to make sure this is the right purchase for them. So, what are the most common issues you see in an inspection? And I know all houses are very different. So, I guess in general.
Probably the most common is pretty much every house has at least some minor electrical issues, usually outlets that have worn out, ground fault protection outlets, which are important if there are areas around water. The rules on those have changed over the years, so many houses are missing ground protection in certain key areas, such as kitchens, bathrooms, garages, exterior. Almost every house has at least one outlet issue. And so that tends to be probably the biggest thing, and other electrical things like a missing junction box, which is like 75 cents at Home Depot, but without it is a significant fire hazard.
What about, do you see, I mean, we don't get a lot of rain here, but do you see some roofing issues or, water issues?
Water, not so much water issues, but yeah, definitely roofing issues. We definitely look at roofs. I mean, it depends on the age of the house and when the last time the roof was done, but it's very important to understand the roof. Therefore, the roof is an essential part of the inspection. Depending on the materials, on composition shingles, which is your most common roof material, we sort of have a 5-level grading system of where we think the roof is. And tile roofs, obviously, we look for cracks and missing tile, things like that. So the roof is very important. Most people, think a roof is, protect your house from rain and wears out in the rain. What actually wears out your roof is the sun. It bakes in summer, and that's when it gets damaged, but you don't notice the damage unless it rains.
That is an interesting point, but a good point. Yeah. And I know with your reports, if there is something that's, I guess, more complex of an issue, you will recommend a specialist or an expert come out to look at it because you guys do general inspection mostly.
Right. A home inspector is a generalist. It's sort of like going to a doctor. You go to your general doctor, and if he feels that you need a heart specialist or a brain specialist or something like that, they'll recommend you see a specialist. Home inspector works very much the same way. We're very generalist. We know a little about everything, but we're not experts in any one particular field. So we're going to look at, we know enough about the roof and the HVAC and the electrical and the plumbing and et cetera, to know if there's something wrong. And then if we do find something wrong, then yes, we will say you probably need an expert to look at this further for some things like, how bad, we know the roof is bad. How bad is the roof? How much is it going to cost? Obviously, that would have to go to a roofing contractor.
hmm And would you recommend, I know in your reports, you also separate if something is more of a maintenance issue or something is more of an emergency. So obviously, when they're looking through it, they can see what is of serious concern. So would you recommend or make recommendations based on those?
Yeah, we do color code our comments. Red, orange, and blue. Blue tends to be maintenance. Red are your really important safety issues or issues that we consider a safety issue to your wallet, such as a roof. We try not to make too many reds because we want the few things that are red to really stand out. And then the orange is going to be all the other things that just, really should be fixed.
Okay, great. Well, I know we don't have a lot of time, but I appreciate you being here. And I know we could talk forever about inspections. But if any of you have any questions or want to know more information or learn more about inspections, Ian's information is at the end of this video. So please give him a call or email him. He is amazing. Thank you so much, Ian, for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Angela. It was great to be here.